There's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like, but if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good. I'm Kobama-sama, and I approve this message. Hey, what's up everyone? cobanerdad456 here today, presenting to all a new episode of Cobi Says. As for this video, we are finally going to be getting back to your questions in the comments below. So if you all would like to, ask me another question for the future episodes, make sure to put it comments down below, and I'll definitely try and see what I can do to answer as many questions as possible, though I've kind of decided now that I'm actually probably going to limit each video to maybe 7 questions, something like that, because last video I did, it was a lot longer. It was around like 40 to 50 minutes long because I kind of wanted to set the tone for Cobi Says. You know, it was me basically going on about a more serious question, and I just felt like it would be better to kind of cover something a bit more deep like that so that, you know, more people would actually be open to asking deeper questions instead of just like, oh, Cobi, what's your favorite Sonic stage and all that stuff. By the way, that's Hydra City Zone Act 2. But anyway, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the questions, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so first question is from Joe-Nair, and he actually has a lot of very kind words in the beginning to share with me, but I'm not going to be reading them in these videos because I'm going to actually show the comments now in future episodes, so a little shout out to you guys, who want to see your username and whatnot in a video. Anyway, his question is, if Sonic Project 2017 is like another Sonic Generations game, which previous Sonic boss battle would you like to appear in this game? That's honestly really hard to say because probably my favorite boss fights are, I liked the Dark Gaia boss fight in Sonic Unleashed along with the Egg Dragoon. Egg Dragoon, possibly my favorite, just because I loved how cinematic it was with the Werehog. Kind of reminded me, I don't know, I know a lot of people kind of have mixed feelings about QuickTime events, but I thought it was really, really awesome and kind of made it even more hype. Even though a lot of people were very negative about the Werehog, just something about that moment I could not, not enjoy. But definitely Doomsday Zone probably because, I would like to see the return of Hypersonic again in the Sonic series. And then also, I liked King Arthur's boss fight from Sonic and the Black Knight. That was such a fun boss fight. Even though, now I can beat it in under like 5 seconds, but still, it was pretty fun. And then I liked, the Dark Queen as well from Sonic and the Black Knight. But yeah, probably boss fights like that, because honestly, I can't really think of too many others off the top of my head that I really, really, really enjoyed more than those. And by the way, thanks again for all the kind words, Joe-Nair. It really, really means a ton. And man, I've been needing some encouragement this week, that's for sure. Alright, so Robertson Burrito asks, when are you doing the next Top 5 series? Honestly, I have no idea. So I did Top 5, Best Sonic Soundtracks about maybe a month or 2 ago or whatever. And I've been thinking about doing Top 5 Worst, but I still need to write the script for that. But at the same time, we've been focusing on a lot of other stuff like Fan Game Mania, Mod Mondays, also trying to bring back Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Twilight Princess, and many other things as well. So I haven't really had the time to kind of sit down and write my thoughts and what I want to do for the next Top 5. It's kind of like I have to decide whether or not I want to do a Top 5 or whether or not I want to upload consistently every day. So right now, uploading consistently every day is what I'm trying to focus on. But I have thought about maybe doing just kind of like quick Top 5, possibly talking about Top 5 things that Sonic Team could do to actually make Sonic the Hedgehog super successful and please a majority of the fan base. So if that's something you all would like to see and kind of have that in a simpler format so that it doesn't take forever to edit and I just kind of talk over some gameplay or whatever, let me know down below. Leave a like and comment, all that shenanigans. Alright, so we got ourselves a question here from Angel the Fellow, and he actually kind of talked about, what I was mentioning in the last video, just talking about, a lot deeper topics and all that stuff. And it seemed like he found it very relatable, as he says right here, so that's really, really awesome to hear. That's what I'm trying to do with this series. Try to, be more personable, try and reach out to you guys more, instead of just being, like, just a gaming YouTuber, like, oh, there's Cobi, he's playing, my favorite game again, Sonic the Hedgehog. So, I'm trying to kind of, interact with you guys more. So really, really awesome to see that, the last video resonated with you. But anyway, he asks, let's see right here, he asks, have you ever played the Ratchet Clank series? I played the 2016 game, and it was okay for me. I didn't like it as much as others did, probably because I was expecting something different. I played the original 2002 game on PS3, and it's better than the 2016 version. It's still kind of okay, but it's way better in my opinion than the new one. I kind of bought a hell of a lot of Ratchet games. Okay, hold on a second. He said he played the original 2002 game on PS3. I don't know if that was a typo or whatever, but I'm pretty sure the PS3 came out in like 2005, so I guess PS2. But yeah, I've never actually played a Ratchet & Clank game, just because the only Sony console I grew up with was the PlayStation 1. That was the only one I had. And it took me until I had a YouTube channel and I started getting money on my YouTube in order to actually buy a PlayStation 2. And I got that specifically because I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts. And I wanted to play in like 480p and all that stuff. So I got like, I can't recall, I got like a certain kind of PS2 or PS3, something like that. But yeah, I've never played a Ratchet & Clank game. I've always wanted to because I've heard so many things about it. And yeah, I definitely want to get into more of these Sony franchises because I feel like I've missed out on so much. You know, Sly Cooper, then there's Ratchet & Clank, and then what else? Crash Bandicoot, because I did play a little bit a long time ago. Like, it was a really long time ago. And, you know, Spyro as well, definitely. But I didn't really grow up with Ratchet & Clank, and I haven't really bought it on PS3 or PS4 or whatever, but I've thought about it, and who knows if people want it, because I'm always getting a crap ton of people asking me for Ratchet & Clank. If people want it, I'll probably do it for Cobi Plays or something like that, and then, you know, if that resonates with people, then I'll actually do a playthrough on the Ratchet & Clank game. Alright, so Seth Westbrook asks, can you show us your shoe collection? Them feet! Alright, so I'm just gonna say this right now. I try not to be too materialistic, as, you know, honestly, I feel like a lot of things in life, like, that people think bring happiness don't really bring happiness. But I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't play when it comes to shoes. I love buying shoes. And, you know, I'm still trying to expand my style a little bit more with, you know, what shoes I actually do want to wear and whatnot, and what I want to tie it together with outfits and everything. But I love shoes, man. I love shoes. And, you know, I've got the Yeezys and all that stuff. I got the 750s. I got like 3 pairs of 350s and whatnot. You know, Rihanna, Fenties, and all that. But, you know, it's like, even though it is like, I guess that's kind of like fanboy brand name or something like that, I legitimately get them because I actually like how they look. I love Yeezys. They're, without a doubt, some of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. And then, you know, Jordans, obviously, and then Puma has some of the most comfortable shoes as well. So, yeah, I love shoes, and I'll definitely be expanding more upon my collection. So, yeah. Okay, so Agaton052 asks the question that basically probably half the comments asked, which was, I don't want to make you sad, but what happened with your dad? Alright, so a lot of people have been wondering the origin story of cobanerdad456. So I was born on July 27, 1995, and the only time I ever came in contact with my dad was when I actually exited him. So, and then the only thing he left me was my last name. So, alright, so jokes aside, let me actually be serious here. So when I was like 12 years old, that's when my parents basically just kind of separated, and you know, there had always been strife over the years and whatnot. Never really knew why. It was just, I don't know, we just knew it was actually present there, and that things were kind of getting a little bit more awry over time, to where, you know, things that we thought would never happen ended up happening and whatnot, and it just kind of came to that breaking point to where it was just like, kind of need to go their separate ways. But then it was like, well, who should I go with? And I just remember my sisters, you know, wanting to go with my mom and whatnot. I'm just like, well, dang, you know, I feel like I need to be there for them. And, you know, I don't really want to separate from my siblings or anything like that. So I went with my mom. And ever since then, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. And I do joke a lot about actually trying to find my dad and all that stuff, but it's just jokes. It's just jokes. Because honestly, right now, I'm at a point in my life to where I'm trying to focus on, you know, growing as a person and, you know, bettering myself. And watching the people I surround myself with, because I talked about in the last video how environment is very, very important. If it doesn't matter how strong you are in life or how strong you think you are mentally or physically or whatever, if you're in an environment that's toxic or, you know, not beneficial in some way towards you, it's gonna wear you down. Kind of like how, you know, you can be like, oh, I have the best endurance in the world, I can stand in a blizzard for like 3 hours or whatever. I mean, after that 3 hours, it's gonna take you down. Like, it's gonna take you down at some point. So recently I've just been trying to really focus on, you know, staying positive, being around positive people and whatnot, and people that I feel aren't really doing that or trying to live that kind of way, be upstanding and whatnot. You know, it's like I have no hostility or hate or anything like that, but I just know where I'm trying to go in life, and yeah, you know, but at the same time, I try not to hold grudges or anything like that, and I just like to joke about things that, honestly, sometimes in the past have bothered me, but that's the thing, I joke about it now because it's just like, it kind of helps me get over it, and yeah, I guess that's the best way to explain it. So all those jokes about, you know, my dad leaving me at this age and all that stuff, definitely all exaggerated. It's just, you know, joking around. That's all it is. Because I just like making all those kind of like depressing dad jokes. But yeah, that's basically it. I just like to joke about situations because it either helps me get over them or it just kind of makes me forget about things and, you know, stay lighthearted. Alright, so Brandon Williams asks, hey Cobi, love your channel, man. You keep it fresh and entertaining. You make me laugh and say funny things, and I enjoy your commentary. I wanted to know, would you one day be a voice character for a video game or cartoon someday? You do a great Mickey Mouse and other characters. Alright, so I've never thought about being a voice actor or an actor or anything like that, to be honest. But, you know, I sometimes like fooling around, making voice impressions and all that stuff, and you all know how I make my little commentary, mocking voice whenever someone's giving me some silly excuse or whatever. But, I haven't really thought about it, though I have had a couple of people, you know, reach out to me for, like, fan games and all that stuff, and I'm not saying I actually did it, because at some points, you know, I just forgot, or I was way too busy for it, but, I have been offered different things. Froggy, Daddy, where are you? I'm right here, son! You'll never take me alive!
Oh, Dad! I live by the motto, we don't chase these hoes, yet I feel like you be hoeing with my child support!
Son, you're 21 now. Grow up. Yeah, those are really bad, because I don't know. So recently I've been taking like 2 shots of tequila and all that stuff, because I've been trying to curb my almost addiction now for diet drinks, and now I drink tequila because it's a fat burner and it's technically good for you now. And yeah, sometimes that kind of messes with my voice a little bit, so I couldn't really get to that pitch like I really, really wanted to, but you know, you're probably like, Cobi? There's a little Marge impression there. Alright, so last question is from Zach Cunningham. And he asks, will you put anime reviews on this channel at all? So, I've actually thought about this a lot. I really wanted to start with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What is it? Diamond is Unbreakable. But, I don't know, it just never worked out. I recorded the first few episodes, and I did it with actually a friend I was talking to. But, you know, it just never actually came to fruition. And I really, really want to, but my problem with anime reviews is I don't know where to start, because it's like there's no point reacting to old stuff, and I've kind of watched probably every single popular anime besides, you know, stuff like DBZ and One Piece and Sword Art Online and all that stuff. You know, I haven't watched that, but I've watched everything else like Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, you know, what is it, Erased, Parasite, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, God, there's so many. Code Geass, you know, all the really, really popular ones. Like, if you mention any super, super popular one, there's a chance I've most likely watched it, as long as it's not something that's super long, like, say, Naruto or DBZ or One Piece, like I just mentioned. But, you know, I have always wanted to do more anime content on the channel because, I mean, I call myself Kobama-sama. Like, I literally add Kun-sama to everything. Like, if I'm like, oh my god, yeah, Kun-sama. Or, you know, if I just like have like, you know, the highest respect for something, then I'm gonna add Sama to it, like Sama. But, you know, it's just, I play around like that all the time. I try to like be a weeb in a way, but at the same time, I do it in a weeb way that would piss off people who are actually legitimately serious weebs who are like, wow, Cobi, why are you using 2 honorifics? Wow! So yeah, I don't know. I've always thought about doing anime content, but it all matters what you all have to say, where you all suggest I start and whatnot, and who knows, maybe a new series or something like that. Maybe like a new season of like, say something like One Punch Man, or, you know, what's that new one that just came out recently that was based off One Punch Man? I can't recall what it's called, but really, really good. Anyway, yeah, that wraps up for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the second installment of Cobi Says, as, you know, we focus more in this video, I guess, on the more serious topic of what actually happened to my dad and the whole status on that and whatnot, and why I make all those jokes. So hopefully that gives a little bit clarification of everything, even though, you know, you probably expected some really deep, dark story to where it's like, you know, my dad left me at the age of 1. You know, he went to go get formula from the gas station. But little did I know, he never came back, and I was left hungry that day. Like, you know, I don't have anything like that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just joke around about things that in the past really bothered me because, you know, when I was younger, like, the only person I really played video games with, besides my friends and all that stuff, was actually my dad. You know, I'd play that, like Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic the Fighters, all these different Sonic games, multiplayer with my dad, whenever he came back from work and whatnot. So, you know, definitely a lot of good memories back then, and, yeah, you know. I don't want to go too much into detail and all that stuff with a ton of things I talk about, but I'm definitely like willing to give clarification on different things. So if you have any other questions as well, by all means, drop them down below, leave that like, and yeah, thanks again for watching. See you all. Have a good day. Peace, Republic of Cobanerdad.